In this relatively quick video, we'll talk about the Norton equivalent circuit. When we were figuring out the Thevenin circuit, we had a voltage source and a resistor. In Norton, we're going to have a current source, typically called I Norton, and a resistor in parallel with that current source. They are in fact something called duals of each other. We can go from one to the other. Let's see how. First thing to know, I Norton equals to I short circuit. If your Norton equivalent current is equal to the short circuit current that we already found out, then it turns out that in addition, R Norton is actually the same as R Thevenin. Why might that be? Well, let's take a look at what happens when we short out the Thevenin circuit. I get ISC. And I can use that and say it's V over R Thevenin. That's V Thevenin. Now, let's look at the Norton circuit and let's look at the open circuit voltage of the Norton. So, we looked at the current through the short circuit of the Thevenin. Now let's look at the voltage of the open circuit of the Norton. VOC is equal to I Norton times R. If we were to now rearrange this, and this is R Thevenin, then VOC over R Thevenin equals to I Norton. Now, if I Norton is the short circuit current, then that means VOC must be V Thevenin. Equivalently, if VOC is V Thevenin, then that means I Norton must be I short circuit. So the two are in fact interchangeable with each other. When you use which one depends on what kind of things you're doing with your circuit. If you're interested in currents, Norton might be more appropriate. If you're interested in voltages, Thevenin might be more appropriate. It's up to you as the designer to figure that out. Let's go over some steps. We begin by finding VOC. This is of your original circuit. The next step is we find I short circuit. Third, we find R, which could be Thevenin or Norton depending on how you want to call it, VOC over ISC. And then we form the equivalent that we want. This open circuit voltage is V Thevenin. This short circuit current is I Norton. This R is both R Thevenin and R Norton. Once we've found the one, we've essentially found the other. And that's how the Norton equivalent circuit comes into play.